In 902, the Achlamids conquered the Byzantine city of Toarmina. The campaign was led by Aghlabid Emir, Ibrahim II, as an armed uprising and a form of pure warfare. Ibrahim's forces defeated the Byzantines in a fierce battle in front of the city walls and besieging the city. Toarmina signed the agreement on August 1 without the support of the Byzantine government. This lastest Byzantine fall marked the end of the Muslim occupation of Sicily, which dates back to the 820s. After the fall of the Achlamids of Syracuse in 878, Byzantine existence in Sicily limited the northeastern third of the island. After the capture of Syracuse, the Achlamids launched a series of raids in the 880s. Rides from c to 890 are stopped. Muslim riots broke out in Sicily, and in 898 sparked civil war between the Achlabid army between the Arab and Berber factions. Toarmina and its environs were the main strongholds of the Byzantines and was attacked in 881, 82, 83, 85 and 889. The civil war in Sicily sent Abu el-Abbas Abdullah, who is son of Achlabid Emir Ibrahim II, as governor of the island in 900. But unfortunately, Abu Abbas Abdullah marched on Palermo and was captured on September 18, 900s. Many rebels fled to the Byzantines in Toarmina, some are reaching Constantinople themselves. The Byzantines tried to take advantage of the rebellion and began to form forces in Messina and Reggio. However, Abu el-Abbas defeated his rebellion. He destroyed Toarmina's surroundings and began Catania's failed siege before returning to Palermo for the winter. Next spring, he retaliates by attacking Dimona. His forces expelled Reggio di Calabria to disrupt Byzantine preparations. On his return to Sicily to unite his success, Abu el-Abbas defeated the Byzantine navy and captured 30 ships. In the early 902s, Emir Ibrahim II forced his subordinates under the intervention of Abbasid Caliph al-Mutated. Once again, Ibrahim decided to pay homage to an armed deity and take the holy battle robe with the intention of going to Mecca after the first conquest of the Byzantine fortifications in Italy. Dressed in the uniform of a spy, he announced his intentions and began recruiting volunteers with him. On July 8, 902, Ibrahim and his followers immediately spotted Toarmina, the last Byzantine stronghold on the island. The Byzantines could have mobilized a significant force under the command of Michael Charictos, Toarmina commander Patricios Constantine Karamallos, and could have been a Sicilian strategist. Instead of waiting to be besieged, Byzantine commanders led their troops to meet the Muslims in an open battle. According to Muslim sources, the ensuing battle was fiercely contested. The Byzantines gained the upper hand when they were ordered to recite a sentence from Al-Hajj Surah in the Hajj in Iraq. Cry out to God for help. He himself was involved in the riots. The Byzantines suffered great losses. The rest of the remaining Byzantine forces retreated to the fort or began to sail on ships. On August 1, Ibrahim surrendered and besieged the city. The rest of garrison, women, and children were massacred and the rest were sold into slavery. The local priest, Procopios, was brought before Ibrahim, who called for his conversion to Islam. When the priest refused, he was tortured and beheaded. His body and other executed prisoners were cremated. According to an Arab source, Byzantine Emperor Leo VI the Wise expressed his sorrow for refusing to wear his crown for 7 days. Finally, the ship was not sent to revive the city as it was busy building 2 cathedrals in Constantinople. As rumors began to circulate that Ibrahim intended to march on Constantinople himself, the news came as a shock. Byzantine commanders were able to flee the city and return to Constantinople, but Michael Charictos accused Eustathius and Constantine Karamallos of treason. Both were sentenced to death, but at the request of Patriarch Nicholas Mystikos, the monastery was expelled for life and their sentences commuted. Ibrahim defeated them by sending battle parties to nearby strongholds and destruction of taxes. In this way, Dimana, Rometa, and Aci were captured or forced to pay tribute in token of submission. Locals are being pressured to convert to Islam, or they fled their fortifications and fled to the mountains, where the walls collapsed and the wells were blocked with stones, leaving them uninhabitable. The impatient Ibrahim crossed the mainland in early September and prepared to resist his attack as far as Naples. Eventually, his progress stopped in Cosenza's encirclement, and Ibrahim died of diarrhea on October 23. Fortunately for the Achlabids, the people of Cosenza, unaware of this, offered the term. It allowed Ibrahim's grandson, Ziyadat-Allah, to end the operation with a triumphant victory and return to Sicily with a booty. Some castles in the northeast were not under Christian control, but the fall of Toarmina effectively ended Sicily and Muslim control of Byzantine. Fatimid Caliphate, the last Byzantine colony to return to Byzantine control, including the last Byzantine environment before the 960s. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.